A rivalry that started as an excuse to get to warmer weather in the winter has spawned decades of competition and tradition, and today, once again, these two will square off to find out who will take home the coveted Jewel Shillelagh. Welcome to Los Angeles Memorial Stadium. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the USC Trojans. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you step onto the field for a USC football game, you know you are in the heart of history. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles has seen more sports than you can imagine. Hosting 2 Summer Olympics in 1932 and 84, it is also set to return for a 3rd Olympic trial in 2028. It was opened in 1923, and more history has happened in the Coliseum than anywhere else in college sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. He's brought down at the 16 would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Notre Dame's offense will have the football first. This game known for thrilling finishes over the years, and the Fighting Irish pulled out a close one last season.
The Irish last year making a big statement, beating USC. What if you did it twice, Paul? Like winning the Jewel Shillelagh twice, swinging your big hammer, swinging your big sword, beating the mighty USC 2 years in a row.
It means a lot to Notre Dame because we know they've got to recruit national, right? It's not all just coming from the state of Indiana. And California is a state that they want to tap into. And if they can win this game 2 years in a row, wow, that helps out their recruiting.
Turning it on! He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock.
Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Trojans offense will now get its first chance with the football. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella, he delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
Snagged out of the air. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Now on first down from the 30. Looking for room, it's Jordan. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. It's complete to the right. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
Yeah, I like that 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Slithers into space.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Here's a little room there. The 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Trojans.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the 2nd level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the 2nd level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Knute Rockne made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot. And obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Carr. He makes the grab. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
It's going to be fun to watch this receiving group, I think, for Notre Dame this season. I think one of the things Marcus Freeman's done a really good job of in recent years is go to the portal and bring difference makers at the receiver spot. It was Malachi Fields coming over for Virginia, the big, tall body making big plays downfield last year for the Irish. And this has always been a position, David, that we thought was always a little bit behind some of the elite competition in college football, but it feels like that's starting to change now.
And Greathouse and Faze on both backs, so obviously some experience there, but then bringing in some ultra-talented, highly recruited receivers from Ohio State. Those guys usually pan out pretty well. To have that speed element, and a couple of guys that maybe clip now with this C.J. Carr offense, and the passing attack, which went from a liability a couple of years ago to a strength.
They're in the gun, 3rd down, here's Carr. He makes a catch. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Send the tight end in motion. In the red area, it's Williams. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Keep it on the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Throwing, Carr. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. Hoping to move the chains, here comes Notre Dame on fourth. Carr to throw for it on fourth. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Handoff to the single running back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. He was grabbing for anything he could get a hold of and wound up with a fistful of face mask, and it'll cost him 15. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy.
Snags it, and there's running room. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw, it's Mayaba. Unloads to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to throw again. That's caught. It's Bowman.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They'll try to power their way ahead. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it. It's Jordan. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Fires quickly. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Trojans! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point splits the uprights. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. The run inside. It's Williams. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
That's caught. It's Porter. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play, clock running. Here's Carr to throw. It's complete to the left. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Notre Dame ready to go with another 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Corner's going to give them room. Carr. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors. On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
USC's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, he is so frustrated with his defense right now. They've given up over 80 yards on the ground in that rushing attack. Known for their run game defense, they have got to be more stout on the line of scrimmage. The good news, they are running the ball well. The line of scrimmage has been dominant. He said, we've got to keep it going on offense and tighten things up defensively if we want to stay in this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Quarterback making checks. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Snagged in the middle. It's Bowman. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running inside. It's Jordan. Picks up the first down. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Second down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get in an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Finds his big tight end. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Calls his own number. Maybe some room here. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. Nice move there. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads quickly. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They take the lead with the 6.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, Made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Makes the catch. It's Bowman.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Motion from the back. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes a grab and room to run. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. One final play before the end of the quarter. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. On the run, it's Jordan. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. From the gun, the ground game. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Running through contact. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of 1st downs, maybe even takes it the other way. Makes it past the marker. The 20, 10, touchdown Irish. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. The Irish have seized control against the Trojans and starting to put their eyes on that jeweled shillelagh.
The Irish doing what they need to do. here. We look forward to this game. The hype, does it meet the hype? The Irish were ready. USC's got some answering to do, Palmer.
Touchdown Jesus is celebrating somewhere. What a game so far by Notre Dame. They're hitting on all cylinders. They knew how big this game was coming in. They knew they had to be dialed up and ready to go. And they have looked good. And I think the Jules Shillelagh might be making a trip to South Bend.
Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in from the USC sideline. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Fakes to grab. There he goes. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Goes high to pull it in. They finally get to him. A what-a play there to pick up the first down. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone
unleashes one deep. Caught. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback, dropping back, not giving up the big play.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way.
And this is a no-brainer. It's 4th down. We're down multiple possessions. We got to make this happen. We got to get the first down. We can't be worried about the clock. Then we got to go fast, work the sideline.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. Run inside. It's Williams. Finds a crease at the 20. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Throwing, Carr. Just a short pass to the tight end. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Might as well stick with him. Quick spin on the ride. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Using his feet. Short gain on the play before he slides.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Play action, C.J. Carr. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, the ball's barely touched the ground every time this guy's been dropping back so far in this game. That's one of the rare misses we've seen from him so far.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Running inside, it's Williams. Oh, what a move. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
And I know with the new clock rules, the clock will continue to run regardless. But, dude, how about you lower your shoulder, try to fall forward. Now you're set up 4th and short. And listen, this is interesting, right? Analytics are going to tell you something. But you get this first down, there's a great chance you can salt the rest of the clock away.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first. Makes the tackle at the 24, but from inside the 10 to across the 20 on the pickup of 15.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
I'll tell you, you've got to give this defense credit. That was only his 2nd catch of the game. He came into this as one of the best receivers in all of college football, but this defense had a plan. They have shut him down. They have limited him, and that's why they're winning right now.
The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Got it. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32. And the Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Plucks it out of the air. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Trojans go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Handoff from the gun.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16.
I just love the aggressive nature of this defense and understanding, hey, David, we need one play and this game is over. One takeaway finishes it, and they get it with the pick.
Yeah, and you do these situations.
Looking for more room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. After a hard-fought victory, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have won the right to take home the coveted weapon of Gaelic